is week 6. Roto Bros Live start sit Sunday, week 6 edition. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to get your questions answered here. Get you ready for a fabulous week 6. We already got a game on. The London game started at 9:30. I almost forgot about it. Shout out to Pam Good for giving me a heads up on that. Completely forgot about it. I would have been screwed in a couple leagues. So I had to. She asked me a question this morning in the Roto Bros Fantasy Lounge about that game, and so I was like, "Oh my God, I've got 7 minutes to get everything set." So waking up a little discombobulated there, but I've had my Red Bull and we're ready to go. So let's get you guys all squared away for week 6. Obviously, Braves won last night. Gotta mention that. So chop on, baby. Game 2 tonight. Beat LA. All right, so first question of the day. We'll get started. Keenan Allen or Julio Jones in a PPR league. So here's the thing. I'm not really, Julio Jones really hasn't gotten it together. The Titans outside of Derrick Henry haven't really gotten it together so far this year. So I think you've got to go with how hot Justin Herbert has been all week or all season long under center at quarterback. You got to go Keenan Allen. I honestly don't think there's going to be a week at all this year where you are going to play Julio Jones over Keenan Allen outside of Keenan Allen's bye week. Like, that's going to be the only time where you are benching Keenan Allen and starting Julio Jones ahead of him. So you're going to play Keenan Allen every single week over Julio Jones. PPR, Nyheim Hines or Sony Michel. I don't really like either of these guys. Temper expectations for both. I don't know. I mean, I think Nyheim Hines has a little bit more of a floor because of his pass catching ability. But at the end of the day, I think I would probably go Sony Michel just because I think he's he has a better chance to sort of cuck a goal line touchdown from Darrell Henderson. So I think I would go Sony Michel, but don't really expect a whole lot from either one of these guys. Robert Woods or Michael Pittman in PPR. Hey, T.Y. Hilton's coming back this week. Michael Pittman playing against Houston. They're coming off a very, very good performance last week against Baltimore. Look, I think this could be like a really good game to kind of get the Colts, or I guess last week could have been a really good game to get the Colts offense moving in the right direction for the rest of the year. Carson Wentz looked incredible. Michael Pittman looked great as well. I'm going with Michael Pittman. I think he's better than Robert Woods. I trust him more. He is the alpha receiver there now. And with T.Y. Hilton being back and playing across from him, I think that's actually going to help Michael Pittman because he's going to be bracketed less. I think he'll face less double coverage. So I think this is a good chance to get Michael Pittman in more one-on-ones. And I think, obviously, one-on-one coverage, the guy's like, he's a mini Kenny Galladay. He's going to beat you in one-on-one. Edmonds or Booker PPR? I'll go with Chase Edmonds. I think he's obviously a better football player. He's got a little bit of a higher floor. I'm not going to trust Devontae Booker against the St. Louis Rams. The LA Rams. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not trusting Devontae Booker at all. I say get him out of your lineups. By the way, the person to get into your lineups is Khalil Herbert. It is Khalil Herbert week, folks. So fire him up almost everywhere. I'm sure I'm going to get plenty of questions this morning for Khalil Herbert, but I think Khalil Herbert is a guy that you definitely want to get in your lineup this week. I also obviously love Kareem Hunt. He's a high-end RB1 anytime Nick Chubb is out. Nick Chubb is out this week, so get Kareem Hunt fired up in your leagues as well. Josh Comer, Sutton, Thielen, or Tony at flex. It's not going to be Tony. I believe Darius Slayton is back. Sterling Shepard is definitely back. So that's we're not going to be seeing any more of these, 12 target games from Kadarius Toney as long as these guys are healthy. So, I'm not going to sit Adam Thielen. I'm pretty much never sitting Adam Thielen. I do think Sutton and Thielen are both great plays week to week for the most part, but I'll take Adam Thielen over Cortland Sutton just by a hair. Jamal Williams or Tony Pollard in full point PPR? I will go with Tony Pollard. It's a battle of the backups, and I'll take the guy with the higher ceiling and the more and a much bigger base of talent. I will take Tony Pollard there. Lisa McCullough says, full point PPR, need 2. Hopkins, BMW, Claypool, or Amari Cooper. I'm never sitting DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm never sitting Amari Cooper for the most part. I know Mike Williams has been red hot. I get it. but it's Amari Cooper playing with Dak. I'm not benching that. I'm just not. So give me Amari Cooper and give me DeAndre Hopkins pretty much every single week. Start 2 in PPR. Excuse me, let me find that. Start 2 in PPR. Darrell Williams, Adam Thielen, Kadarius Toney, and Devontae Booker. It's going to be Darrell Williams and Adam Thielen for me. I'm never benching Thielen for any of these guys. And when it comes to the running backs, I don't trust Devontae Booker. I don't trust Devontae Booker when he's not playing the Rams and Aaron Donald. And I'm sure as hell not going to trust him when he is. So go ahead and give me Darrell Williams. More high-powered offense. Probably good for at least like a goal line touchdown or something. So I'll take Darrell Williams there. PPR, Pittman or Jacobs. I will go with Josh Jacobs over Michael Pittman. I think both are good plays. I think you get by and win with both. I don't think either one of them is a bad start this week. But I'll go with the running back who scores in a multitude of ways. So give me the volume and the overall touch count with Josh Jacobs. Daniel says Darnold or Tannehill. I'm a little wishy-washy on both of them. Definitely not gonna. It's not gonna be Tannehill. We'll keep that short and sweet. It's not gonna be Tannehill. But I will go Sam Darnold this week. I'm not wild about either of these guys. But if I had to bet on one of these, if I was in Vegas, the Vegas rule, if I was in Vegas and I had to lay some money down on one of these guys to score more fantasy points this week, it is going to be Sam Darnold. So give me Sam Darnold over Ryan Tannehill. PPR, Pittman or Brandon Cooks. Give me Michael Pittman this week. Start 1 in flex, half-point PPR. Pittman, OBJ, Amari Cooper, Alex Collins. It's going to be Amari Cooper, and then I'll take Michael Pittman as a close second. I'm not really that big on Alex Collins. Don't really trust him that much. And then, of course, OBJ. Kind of hard to trust him. You got to kind of pick and choose when you're going to play him. But I'll go with Amari Cooper pretty easily here. But if your gut tells you Michael Pittman, I don't think it's a bad play. So I can't really blame you if you wanted to play Pittman. But I'm taking Amari Cooper with Dak Prescott under center. Let's see. PPR, Robbie Anderson or T.Y. Hilton. I'm not trusting T.Y. Hilton in his first game back. I'm just not going to do it. He already has a low ceiling as it is. Give me the guy. I don't think you could really rely on Robbie or T.Y. But give me the guy with the higher ceiling and a higher chance to really make a huge impact for your team. Give me Robbie Anderson this week. Darrell Williams or Antonio Gibson. See, this is a question it really shouldn't be asked, to be quite honest with you. Antonio Gibson, first of all, you drafted him in the first 3 rounds. That's number one. Or if you didn't draft him, you traded for him, and you probably traded a pretty hefty price to do it. So this is the guy that you're pretty much never going to bench. He's almost unbenchable. And why is he unbenchable? Because of his touches. The rule is, and we talk about it, Mark and I talk about it on the podcast all the time. The rule is, follow the target, chase the touches with wide receivers, chase the volume, the overall touches with running backs. Antonio Gibson does it all. He's on a good team, good offense, good coaches, good offensive line. Like, he has it all. He has that all-around skill set, and you don't want – those are valuable. Those are the running backs that you needed to go after in the draft. The Austin Ecklers, the Najee Harris, the Antonio Gibsons, the DeAndre Swifts, the guys that get a high amount of volume and they do everything. Antonio Gibson does it all. He's got a high floor and he's got a very high ceiling. So, he could be a league winner by the end of the year. So you're not trusting Darrell Williams. Get him out of your lineups if you're even thinking about starting him over Antonio Gibson. There is no scenario where you are starting Antonio Gibson. Where you were starting Darrell Williams over Antonio Gibson. Jason Van Hughes, standard league, need a wide receiver 3. Kirk, Mooney, Hilton. Not going to be Hilton. I can't advise. I don't really like any of these guys because these are guys that you just can't really trust week to week. Give me Kirk. I guess give me Kirk. Zach Ertz isn't going to play. If Zach Ertz was playing this week, he played on Thursday, so he's not eligible to play today with his new team, the Cardinals. But if he was eligible to play, I would probably just go Mooney because that's one extra quality body that Kirk is going to have to, compete with for targets in the offense now. I guess go Kirk one more week. but I don't really. Jason, you're going to have to temper expectations with all these guys. Ian Anderson or Max Scherzer later tonight. Who you got? Oh, come on, baby. Come on, Ian Anderson. Ian Anderson. It's all about, it's the playoffs. We're in the NLCS, the Braves are. Chipper Jones agrees. And we're fighting for a place in the World Series. I am the most unbiased person you're probably going to ever meet when it comes to sports, but I'm going to be biased today. Give me Ian Anderson tonight. Max Scherzer could kick rocks. Hey, Chris, thanks in advance. Flex PPR, Darrell Williams or Kadarius Toney. Thank you for watching, whoever you are. I'm going to go Darrell Williams this week. I would say Kadarius Toney normally, but Kadarius Toney obviously is going to be competing for targets with Sterling Shepard, Darius Slate. Like they're back, quality bodies. So yeah, give me Darrell Williams here with Clyde Edwards-Helaire being on IR. Khalil Herbert or Tony Pollard? The first Herbert question. It is Khalil Herbert week. You are going to start Khalil Herbert. Now, I'm not saying Khalil Herbert's going to run for 121 yards and have 2 touchdowns and catch 7 passes. But I do believe he's going to have a good week. He's in a plus matchup in a rivalry game. He is really going to be the only guy that's going to, with Damian, like David Montgomery and Damian Williams, both on IR. Like, give me all the Khalil Herbert. I want it all, baby. I want it all. So Khalil Herbert for me is one of my starts of the week. If I did a love-hate list like Matthew Bear, maybe I should, the McConnell love-hate list every week. Khalil Herbert would be on my love list. So I love Khalil Herbert this week. I've got him starting in a multitude of leagues. So I am right there getting into bed with you with Khalil Herbert. Sutton, T. Higgins, or T.Y. Hilton in the flex. It's going to be Sutton, T. Higgins, T.Y. Hilton. So you got the right order. There you go. Lisa McCullough says, need 2, Moss, Javonte Williams, Latavius Murray, or Alex Collins. I will go with Moss. I will go, I want to say Javonte, but I'm going to go with Alex Collins. Alex and Moss, I think they're probably your safest 2 here. Let's see. Somebody asked, what is with the Cincinnati Bearcats love jumping on the bandwagon that 09 year beat Pitt Panthers to go to the BCS Bowl? So, fun fact, my dad lived in Cincinnati. He is a huge Cincinnati sports fan. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, Cyclones, all of them. He loves them. So I grew up, when it was me and him growing up, like I grew up watching the Bengals and the Bearcats and the Reds. So there's a soft spot for me with the Cincinnati teams. I kind of silently pull for them. So I'm definitely all in. My Yellow Jackets stink. So you can tell they're just terrible. For the most part. We're improving, but we're not there yet. But it's fun being able to watch a team like Cincinnati that doesn't typically get the respect that they deserve. Didn't get it last year. They're number 2 team in the country, probably, since Iowa lost last night. So Cincinnati, that's where the love comes from. So definitely excited for them. Jason says, RB2, standard need 2, Taylor, Jones, Hunt. That one's tough. That one is tough. Oh, boy, that one is, that's the best question. I don't know if there's going to be a better question. I wish you could get all 3 in there. You're not going to sit Aaron Jones. I'm assuming it's Aaron Jones. You're not going to sit Aaron Jones. So it's between Hunt and Taylor. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Kareem Hunt has probably a higher floor and a higher ceiling. I'm going to go Kareem Hunt, man. I don't blame you if you go Jonathan Taylor. I can't blame you. These are both RB1s and but I think I'm going to go with Kareem Hunt. He just, all he does is produce. Even when Chubb's in there, all he does is produce. So give me Kareem Hunt over Jonathan Taylor just slightly this week. Matthew Bright, Herbert, Collins, Pittman, Boyd, pick 1. I'm going to go with Herbert. Give me Herbert. Give me Khalil Herbert. Herbert, Pittman, Collins, Boyd in that order. So Khalil Herbert week. We're going to keep the theme going there. Jamal Williams, Tony Pollard, Damian Harris. I'm not excited about it. Give me Damian Harris, but I'm not thrilled. I think Ramondre Stevenson is going to begin to get more involved in this offense. So it's not going to end up being a good thing for Damian Harris. This is going to continue to be the New England backfield that we all know and hate. And as much as most of you guys know, I'm a Damian Harris OG. I was talking up Damian Harris before anybody, literally. But it is what it is. You got to deal with the situation, and he's not a great fantasy option right now, and may never be. Scott Gaiman, start 2. Dalvin Cook, you're starting Dalvin Cook. When Dalvin Cook plays, you don't bench him. Darrell Henderson, Antonio Gibson, or Chuba Hubbard. It's Antonio Gibson, it's Dalvin Cook. The two guys getting all the work, highest ceilings, Dalvin and Antonio every single week. You're already starting Woods in the flex, worried about Dalvin. I would not start Robert Woods in the flex. So I would get 3 running backs in there. Go ahead and give me Chuba and Darrell Henderson. They're so close for me this week. Oh, they're so close. That's a tough one. You are definitely benching Robert Woods. It's a coin flip for me. Trust your gut on Darrell Henderson or Chuba Hubbard. I think I'm going to lean Chuba Hubbard. I am going to lean Chuba Hubbard over, the Vikings defense is not very good this year. And I'm going to actually give you, and anybody else with a Hubbard question, I'm going to give you some a little bit of insight here. So the Minnesota Vikings defense, this is how bad they are. 27th in the league against running backs with yards given up per game with 158. They are 22nd in the league in fantasy points given up to running backs in the league with just under 15 a game. It's Chuba Hubbard. So bench Robert Woods, get him out of there. Start Chuba Hubbard, start Dalvin Cook, start Antonio Gibson there, Scott Gaiman. Good luck this week. Chase Edmonds or Chuba Hubbard? Chuba Hubbard by 1.5 miles over Chase Edmonds. Adam Ailman, Tony or Hardman? Give me Tony. I don't think Mecole Hardman's that good. He's a gadget player. He's like, he'll have like 1, maybe 2 good games a year. He's a better real-life player than fantasy player. Give me Kadarius Toney. Jeremy Locke, Wentz, or Darnold. This is where I will take Wentz. I know a lot of people are going to be off me. They're going to be off. They're not going to be with me on this one. I think last week against Go Braves. Last week was a great jumping off point for this Colts offense. They lost heartbreaking fashion. I get it. But they have a lot to be proud of in that game, and I think you can take some positivity from that game. Go ahead and give me Wentz. I think they're pretty close this week, so I won't blame you if you go Darnold. But go ahead and give me Wentz over Darnold this week. Lockett or Michael Pittman in PPR? Look, is Russell Wilson playing? No. It's Geno Smith. I'm not trusting Tyler Lockett with Geno Smith. Sorry. Give me Michael Pittman. Against Houston, Davis Mills has not been playing bad football. Davis Mills looks very competent out there. Go ahead and give me Michael Pittman for sure. To me, it's not really that close. Andre Robinson, my wide receivers are DeAndre Hopkins, BMW. Do I flex Darrell Williams or Deontay Johnson, or do I sit BMW and play Deontay at wide receiver and flex DW? I would play three receivers. I'm going Hopkins, I'm going Deontay Johnson, I'm going BMW. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. You're going to bench Darrell Williams here. Jarrett Mattern, PPR, start 1. Javonte Williams, Michael Pittman, T. Higgins. I don't think any of these guys are really bad options this week. Javonte would be 3rd for me until he seizes that starting role and becomes that workhorse. It's going to happen, but I can't advise him yet. Go ahead and give me Michael Pittman, T. Higgins, Javonte Williams in that order. But if your gut tells you T. Higgins, I get it. Go with it. Daniel Jones or Joe Burrow? Here's a question that you should never have to worry about. It's Joe Burrow every week over Daniel Jones. And I get it. Daniel Jones has been playing better last few games. I like Daniel Jones. I think obviously he's one of those guys, and look, this just happens with some people. He's one of those quarterbacks that needs everything around him to be competent in order to be competent himself, which is fine. The Giants O-line can hold up. Obviously, Saquon being out's not going to help matters, so he's probably going to throw a little bit more. The running game's not nearly as much of a threat. They don't have a great matchup this week. Look, I'm taking Joe Burrow. Every single week I'm taking Joe Burrow, but especially this week. Joe Burrow, to me, I've told you guys before, after Pat Mahomes, I'm taking Joe Burrow over every young quarterback in the league, and that includes Justin Herbert. That includes Lamar Jackson. It includes Josh Allen. I don't care. I think Joe Burrow, and I'm not talking about fan, I'm talking about real life, which doesn't really even matter, but yeah, I think Joe Burrow is going to be one of these elite quarterbacks in the league for years to come. Joe Burrow to me look, he agrees with me. Start Joe Burrow over Daniel Jones. Scott Gaiman, sit Woods for one. Yes, you're gonna start 3 running backs there. Markeith Gaines, PPR, Hunt or Chuba Hubbard? That's a good question. And I understand you asking it. However, Chuba Hubbard is in a great spot, but it's Kareem Hunt. We know Kareem Hunt. We trust Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt gets it done and produces even when Chubb is healthy. Chubb is not healthy this week. He is out, so go ahead and make it Kareem Hunt. Real quick, guys, I want to let you know, you see it scrolling across the bottom. Check out the Roto Bros Fantasy Advice Lounge. It's a 24/7, 365 operation. You can join, you go to patreon.com/RotoBros. You get your start sit advice all week long, all year long, your trade advice, your waiver advice, draft advice. In the offseason, we take care of it all. So if you play in redraft, dynasty, keeper, doesn't matter what the format is, we cover it. Even if you play baseball, basketball, hockey, we cover it as well. You play DFS, want to win some money, we have a channel for that. We have a channel for everything. Go to patreon.com/RotoBros and sign up today. It's only $2, and your first 2 months are free. So check it out. It's worth it. And you get a whole lot for the $2 a month price tag. I promise you, you will not regret it. And like I said, your first 2 months are free. So please join us over there. Again, that is patreon.com/RotoBros. All right, let's see here. Lost my spot. Coming back around. Let's see. Jared Mattern, Jamar Chase, or Deontay Johnson. Here's a rule of thumb, and I told somebody in the Fantasy Lounge this morning. Jamar Chase is just a rule of thumb. You are never benching Jamar Chase, ever. He has shown it doesn't matter what the matchup is. He is going to be one of the he might be the dynasty wide receiver one right now. You especially playing with Joe Burrow, being Joe Burrow's number one guy. You don't bench Jamar Chase ever. So he is it's like when you look at DeAndre Hopkins or Christian McCaffrey in your lineup. Like, you look at these guys and you're never talking about benching him. He's an auto start. JMC is an auto start every single week. So get Chase in your lineup over Deontay Johnson every single week. Set it and forget it. Don't even think about it. Waller or Schultz in PPR, you're never benching Darren Waller for Schultz, and I could never advise you to do that. Darren Waller's got a ridiculous ceiling, high floor as well. I know Schultz has been good, but you're not starting him over Darren Waller. Jonathan Dow, Allen Robinson, Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders. Give me Allen Robinson this week. I'm hoping this week Allen Robinson finally gets it together. Jair Alexander, I believe, is still out, so that's going to be good for him. I'll take Allen Robinson. I don't trust either of the other options, so Allen Robinson it is. Obviously, temper expectations, but eventually Robinson's going to get the train back on the tracks, but it's going to be Allen Robinson this week for me. Peter Parker says, pick 2 PPR, A-Rob, Sony Michel, Van Jefferson. I will go with A-Rob, and I will go with Sony Michel. I'll go Sony Michel. And the only reason I say that is because it looks like they want to get Robert Woods more involved in the passing offense, and that is going to hurt Van Jefferson. I don't think you should trust Van or Sony. You can maybe trust A-Rob a little bit more than those guys. But between the two, I'll take Sony Michel there. Let's see. David Martinez, Higbee or Javonte Williams. I'll take the running back over the tight end almost always. So give me Javonte Williams there. Let's see. Daniel Lawson says Javonte Williams, Julio Jones, or Pollard in my flex. Good question, Daniel. I don't really like either of these guys this week. I guess I would go Julio. I guess Julio would edge it out. I'd go Julio, Pollard, Javonte Williams in that order. Kind of almost stumped me there. Go Julio Jones, I guess. That's I'm not enthusiastic about it. I am enthusiastic, however, about the next question, which is Chuba Hubbard or Latavius Murray. This is a set it and forget it. It's Chuba Hubbard by 1.5 miles. Jason Van Hughes says, I want to start Kareem Hunt so bad over Aaron Jones. You're not going to do it. Please don't. I beg of you. You're going to start Aaron Jones and Kareem Hunt. You're going to start Aaron Jones and Kareem Hunt. It hurts to bench Jonathan Taylor. I get it, especially after, but you can't bench Kareem Hunt. Let's see. Lisa McCullough says, pick 2 full point PPR. DJ Moore. That's going to be one of them. You're pretty much never going to bench DJ Moore for the most part. It's going to be very rare when you do. So it's between Jacoby Myers, Mooney, Allen Robinson. Give me the talent. I'll take DJ Moore. I'll take DJ Moore and Allen Robinson over Jacoby Myers and Darnell Mooney for you there, Lisa. Kyle Patterson, PPR flex, Amari Cooper, Zach Moss, Jacobs, or Booker. Well, if you're choosing one, you're going to choose the best player by far. You're going to choose Amari Cooper. You're not going to think twice about it. You're not going to ever bench Amari Cooper for any of those guys. Tyler Lewis, PPR, Collins or Booker. I will take Collins. Standard, Justin Jefferson or Darrell Henderson. I'm not benching Justin Jefferson ever. I know Carolina's got a scary ass secondary. I get it, but I am not under any circumstances going to be benching Justin Jefferson. I just can't. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to advise you to do something that I wouldn't do. So I'm not going to advise you to bench Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's an auto start for me every single week. Let's see. Josh Jacobs or Alex Collins. It is Josh Jacobs for me. With Chubb out, I need to fill my flex. Odell Beckham, Allen Robinson, or Chase Edmonds. Not wild about any of them this week. I'll go with Chase Edmonds. Very cautiously, I will go with Chase Edmonds. But this is one, trust your gut on it, man. Trust your gut on it on this one. Markeith Gaines, PPR, Kareem Hunt, or Chuba Hubbard. That was a tough one, but you're gonna go Kareem Hunt. You got to go Kareem Hunt. Again, both of them are good plays. Hopefully, you can find a way to get both in your lineup. But if you got to choose, it's going to be Kareem Hunt for sure. Scott Gaiman, Keenan Allen, or Robert Woods. I'm starting Keenan Allen over Robert Woods every single week. Full point PPR, need one. Darrell Williams against Washington or Booker against the Rams. Go ahead and give me Darrell Williams over Devontae Booker every single week, especially when Devontae Booker's playing the Rams and Aaron Donald. Full point PPR, Hines, Felton, Ruggs as a flex. I guess give me Ruggs. Give me Ruggs. Not excited about it. Evan Smith started me off with stinker this week. Need some boom. Yeah, if you're looking for some boom, no player on that list is going to give, out of those three, Ruggs is going to give you the biggest boom. He's the best bet for an 82-yard touchdown catch. I don't bank on it, obviously. He's one of those guys where you're pretty much going to guess which week he's going to go off. So right now, with Smith and Evans kind of, punching you in the gut a little bit on Thursday, I mean, you got to go with Ruggs here and just kind of hope that he can have a big game and make up for some of what you lost with Smith and Evans. Matt Wright, Julio or Pollard at the flex. I will take Julio. Chad says Dak or Stafford. I'm never benching Dak. I'm just not. I get Stafford's he's got a good matchup, but the way I look at it here is that I trust Dak more as a fantasy quarterback, number one. And number two, Stafford is going up against the Giants. I think the Giants, the Rams could have a good day running the ball. They could control the clock. They may not have to throw the ball all over the field. I'm going to go with Dak here. I can't blame you if you go Stafford. I mean, it's like, pick your poison. But I'll go with Dak. I'll just take Dak. Kyle Patterson, PPR, flex, Amari Cooper, Zach Moss, Jacobs, or Booker. I will go with Amari Cooper, Josh Jacobs, Zach Moss, and Booker in that order. Jeremy Lewis, Jamar Chase, or Khalil Herbert. Jeremy, this is one you should never have to even contemplate. Jamar Chase every single week, man. Look, it's Khalil Herbert week. I think Khalil Herbert's going to have a good day. Jamar Chase he's typically, he's pretty much unbenchable. He's a set it and forget it guy. He's a fantasy wide receiver one, I think, by the end of the year, and you can't ignore it. He's got Joe Burrow as quarterback. Like I just can't. I can't advise benching Jamar Chase. So Jamar Chase to me every week is a set it and forget it player. Dusty Dunaway, Chase every week. Dusty gets it. Let's see. Coming on down. Go Braves, hate the Dodgers. Man, Dusty's just earning some brownie points today, hasn't he? Javonte Williams, James Conner, or Latavius Murray. Give me James Conner, Latavius Murray, Javonte Williams in that order. Not wild about any of them. But James Conner's been, he's been a little warm, a little hot recently. So give me James Conner there. Mitch Vaughn, Cousins, Tannehill, Daniel Jones. I will take Cousins. Give me Kirk Cousins over both those guys. Keenan. Let's see. Somebody said Keenan, Can, and Cup. I don't know who Can is, but I don't know if it's somebody that you should be contemplating benching Cooper Kupp or Keenan Allen for. So I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to say Keenan Allen and Cooper Kupp. Those are the two you're going to start out of that question. Peter Parker, James Conner, or Nyheim Hines. James Conner for sure there. Lisa McCullough says Nick Folk or Daniel Carlson or Bagley or I'll go Nick Folk. Yeah, I'll take Nick Folk over Daniel Carlson. I don't think it's really going to matter much, but I'll take Nick Folk. Oh, it was CeeDee Lamb, I guess. Keenan Allen, CeeDee Lamb, Cooper Kupp need to. This is where I'll go Cooper Kupp, and this is where I will go Keenan Allen. It's hard to bench CeeDee Lamb, but I think Keenan Allen should probably typically see more volume. Same with Cooper Kupp. You're not benching Cooper Kupp ever, obviously. So let's see. A-Rob, half-point PPR, pick 2. Javonte Williams, A-Rob, or Tony. I will go with Tony and Allen Robinson this week. Pick 1 PPR, Henderson or Gibson. Let's go. Oh, Antonio Gibson. Sorry, I don't know why I kind of hesitated there. It's going to be Antonio Gibson. He's the better football player. He gets the vast majority of the volume. He's got the higher ceiling. It's Antonio Gibson every week over Darrell Henderson. Lamb, Coop, or Deontay Johnson. Go ahead and give me Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb in that order over Deontay Johnson. Dusty Dunaway, Jared Cook, or Evan Ingram. I'll go Jared Cook, but I wouldn't expect a lot out of any of these guys. McKissick or Alex Collins. Give me Alex Collins. CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, or Woods. Pick 1, please. Give me Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, but I'll take Amari Cooper as number 1. Let's see here. Wide receiver 3, Sterling Shepard or Julio Jones. Give me Julio Jones. I'll take the talent. I don't really like either matchup, and I'm not wild about either player, to be honest with you. So temper expectations. I don't expect a lot out of either one of them, but I think the higher ceiling goes with Julio Jones this week. Chad, at pick 2, PPR, Alex Collins, Emmanuel Sanders, or Jacoby Myers. I will go with Alex Collins, and I will go with Jacoby Myers this week. Jacoby's typically got a high floor. He's going to see plenty of targets. He's probably not going to get like over 100 yards or anything like that. But I typically think Jacoby Myers is a pretty solid floor play typically when you're looking for a spot start there. Guys, it looks like that's all the questions for today. If I missed yours, let me know, and I will answer them offline. Just give me a tag on Facebook or Twitter or wherever, and I will get these answered for you. Or you're more than welcome to DM me as well. Best way to find me, though, you see it scrolling across the bottom of the page, patreon.com/RotoBros. Check it out. I promise you, you will not regret it. Your first 2 months are free. It is the best hidden gem in all of fantasy sports. Guys, thank you so much. You guys enjoy the games. Best of luck this week. I am out.